Thank you very much, Wire India and Dr. Deepak Sahu and Mohini ma'am and all the ladies and gentlemen present here. We've been going through a very challenging time in the last 2 years. And when the ChatGPT came on the scene, it changed the entire IT world. That was more than 2 years back. And last few weeks have, complete been earth-shaking for the AI world with the release of DeepSeek AI. Now, between these two itself, there have been so many changes. Like, for example, agentic AIs. Then there are agents which are made for your HR work, agents for your document creation, document scanning, agents for HR resume screening, agents for conducting mock interviews for yourself, and efficiency that is being sought by the business enterprises. And everybody is exploring how AI can be used to make your business processes more efficient, as well as how to get better ROI for your investments. Now, the lurking danger is what we all have to be aware about, and what it comes with. So, as I say, there's no free lunch, and whatever comes with the AI engines from ChatGPT or Anthropic or the Claudes or the Llamas of the world, you will have to understand the risks that come along with it. And that risk has to be understood as far and in the context of the business that you have. Now, let's take the example of agents being employed for financial purposes, right? The moment you have AI engines or AI agents look at your data, if you're using the backend LLMs and you're using all the engines from the cloud itself, you risk that data would be landing up somewhere else. And you would have probably been aware of the last, the instructions from US itself and from the Indian government that certain types of AI engines will not be used for any purposes which expose your sensitive information to the AI engines. Now, in such a scenario, you would like to use the power of technology, but you have to use it for caution, with caution. Why? Because just like you use it for improving and bringing efficiency to your processes which have a business interest in mind, there is somebody with a negative bent of thought who is using the same engine for the negative energies. So the way that you write code for your particular systems, similarly, there are people who are using AI engines to write code for threat vectors. Now, the power of AI is such that what you used to write in weeks or months can be done simply by a prompt or by using a UI. Now, the script kiddies of yesterday, whom we used to call, who used to write code and trojans and threats and malware, they have the power of the entire AI engines behind them to create new vectors. You will have to encounter threats which poison your systems, which do the password hacking, and which use script injections and cross-site scriptings at a much faster rate and more frequently with more scale and volumes than you used to encounter earlier. So your SIEMs and SOCs, which used to be having an EPS of whatever X, would need to be having EPS of multiples of X to be able to detect those threats. Otherwise, the capacity itself will be outrun and your systems will not be able to cope up with the number of threats that you'll have. With the availability of AI, the landscape of the threats itself has increased and it becomes much vast. The power that one coder used to get, and after months and months of training, he has that at his fingertips now. And hence, what we are doing at GeM, where we have also deployed the AI engines, we have tried to ensure that whatever data is exposed to the AI engine is completely focused on the GeM's publicly available information. So the model that we have followed is we use the power of the AI, but we give it a very restricted and very curated knowledge base, so that we use the LLM and the AI for the contextual language understanding and context understanding and to curate a response in normal English language. However, the question which comes and the knowledge which it has to get comes from a database that we ourselves scan and curate. Now, in that, what happens is that there can be no, firstly, exposure of sensitive data from our system. So we know what we are putting in the knowledge base for the AI engine to use. Secondly, in case someone manipulates the AI engine or uses AI vectors to attack our databases, we know that the information which is there that's going to be attacked is very, very limited. In fact, it's all public information. In addition to that, we have used the power of the cloud and ensured that our queries are ring-fenced. So the moment input is given into the AI UI, we firstly scan that for any scripts or codes or special characters, so that we know that it's going to be a simple English query that goes into the AI engine. The response which is curated and output by the AI engine, we scan that also, and we provide that response only after the output has been scanned. By way of these few measures that we have adopted, we are able to ensure that our data is able to be protected, and we are able to thwart any nefarious designs of people using AI vectors. However, this is the first use case we have deployed. It is not the complete be-all and end-all, and we have to go further. The further use cases that we have in mind are post-login. So we want the users to be able to query the chatbots and use the login and post-login information to query deeper databases. That's where the challenge will come, where we'll have to ensure that the information that is being accessed by the particular user through the AI engine is restricted to only his particular boxed information as far as he is concerned. These are going to be bigger challenges as we go forward. Why? Because that will mean exposing our production database to an engine. And what we are doing right now is actually working out which is the information which we will put in a data lakehouse, data warehouse or data lake. And there are products like Lakehouse available from AWS, where we will curate and put this information, make it available for the AI engines to query and give responses to the users. Now, we are all also on the peripheral, on the website, we have to take into account the larger landscape and the threat landscape that we have because of AI. And we have strengthened our security in hand with our cloud partners as well as our IT partners. So we have increased the EPS of our systems. We increased the number of SOC resources who sit in the SOC, and they are increasingly encountering increasing number of either attempted DDoSes or attempted script injections or attempted cross scripts or poisoning attempts or user ID password hacks, and everything that can be done through an AI engine. But by using our countermeasures, so one also thing you have to always keep in mind, it's not only the machine which matters, but the man behind the machine. So in case we are able to understand the systematic weaknesses as well as the strengths of the new power of AI, we shall able to continue to address the challenges and keep our system secure. We have a long roadmap of using AI. We would like to replace, we are already halfway through supplementing our help desk with our voice, as well as making it multilingual, creation of tickets through the AI interface, and giving the status of the tickets through the AI interface. And we will be coming up with IVRS interactions and agent handover from the AI to a physical human agent in case the AI engine is not able to answer the queries. And thereafter, at some point of time, reduce the number of resources for the customer service and the help desk and have the complete processes of contact centers done by AI engines. We are halfway there. We will continue the journey and probably be able to continue that. In addition to that, we are using AI for code generation as well as to understand the existing code, enhance its documentation, and understanding the logic of the codes and the methods and the functions and the modules, and make it better so that the learning curve of our developers and coders keeps reducing. And these are the ways we are using, but at the same time, we are also aware of the negative influences that the AI can bring onto our systems and to the people out there. So while the threat landscape is increasing, if we keep these factors in mind and go step by step, and every step that we take, we ensure that we have those risks taken into account and the methods taken into account, I'm sure we will be able to use the power of AI as well as to protect ourselves from the negative influences of that. So that's all I have to say. In case there are any questions, we'll be happy to take them offline. Thank you very much.